Suave Mob in the building from Connecticut. So we got 4 guys that are capable to take client work for videography, photography, all that. Yo, I don't really need these little pockets of fans. Like, it doesn't matter if you hate you or you like me or not. These days, it's all relative. The Suave Mob grand opening, and we have a headquarters that we are opening to the public. You can come see us, talk to us. This is beyond replying to a story online and commenting. Like, you can come see us, bro. Like, I am available for everyone.
You can never tell me. You can never tell me I won't rise.
Because like I can only share on one side of things, but like you could have a completely different perspective. But if I'm only sharing my side of it, like, we're missing a whole other piece.
It's real.
And then that's where the connections through conversation. So it's like, let's connect and have an actual conversation. Let's share thoughts, even if they're completely opposite. And
yeah, that's dope too.
You know what I mean? Like, we've had conversations with people. I don't know how you feel about this, and we don't have to get into it because I know it's a long-standing topic here on the podcast.
Don't get me going.
About rapping over vocals and stuff like that.
All right.
And
I thought you were going in a different direction.
No, we're not talking about LeBron.
All right, thank you.
But there was somebody that had the complete opposite and kind of gave a certain perspective of it. Not exactly like you should do it every single time, but just like understanding the circumstances of it.
That's cool.
And I was like, yo, like, that kind of makes sense as to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do I necessarily agree with it?
Still makes
no.
it wrong.
I think you should absolutely not have
that
your
opens
backing
up
track.
the comment section.
Yeah.
For all.
Know your shit.
So yeah, you should know your stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you don't know your shit, dog, wear earbuds. Ain't no one gonna be able to fucking tell the difference, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, oh, kid has his things in. Didn't take him out before he performed, not knowing that they're playing. You know what I mean?
Or don't get ahead of yourself.
You should be good though, Krispy, too. Sorry, not to cut you off, but you should be good.
The mic. Or don't get ahead of yourself and wait till you gotta perform.
Mic check. Yeah, or that too. That too, bro.
Wait till you're ready.
Right, wait till you're ready, bro.
Get your shit together, rehearse, get your shit right.
Yeah, be ready. That's really the thing is being ready for it.
Yeah.
If you're not preparing, I don't know, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're doing the opposite. You're unpreparing yourself, bro. You're just not ready, man.
I think that's just that's just an additional thing that's part of the craft. You know what I mean? Like, I think studio stuff and then performances are 2 completely different things that need to be practiced and perfected in a certain way.
In the last couple of years, man.
I'm such a stickler when it comes to performances. Like I people watch when it comes to watching performances.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, move around or you know.
Oh, you
get
people watch from the opposite. Like, you're not like you're watching the artist on the stage.
100%.
Okay, all right.
I'm 100%. And I use that. When I perform, I use that as motivation, whether they're killing it or they're not killing it. Because if they're killing it, well, then I need to make sure that I step up.
Put that in your repertoire
And put it. Well, just make sure I give a good show. This dude is killing it, and I'm about to come up. I can't drop the bar down.
Oh, you're in the show too? Okay.
Yeah, like if I'm in the show too.
Yeah.
I can't drop the bar down if you're killing the show.
Yeah.
And then if you're literally just blowing the show and not giving a really good performance, well, then I need to make sure that I step up and raise the bar and bring the people back.
That's real shit. That's the MC shit. That shit's hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's a job.
It is. It's a lot of just repetition. It's a lot of practice. It's a lot of research. But I mean, that's how I've always just come up when making music. Like, when I first started performing, I was like, how does Eminem perform? How does this artist perform? Like, what does that look like? Before I even stepped on stage.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like, to making sure that I don't have my backing vocals? Like, how do they do it? What does it look like?
Before you ever stepped on stage?
Before I ever even stepped on stage. Like, let me learn before I just get up there and try to.
But it's like a completely different situation when you actually do it.
Oh,
right?
100%.
It's like, okay, yeah, you think you got it all mapped out, and you've watched all these guys performing on MTV on here and there, and then it's your turn, and then it's like, it's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
It is though, yeah. 100%. But it just takes you just doing it. Just do the thing.
And I like that you don't have questions and shit, and you kind of just let it flow.
Man. Yeah.
Smart.
That's what it's really all about. Again, I would rather it be a conversation. I mean, I have some like
basic
areas and stuff. But again, I don't want it to be like that, because I mean I've seen a couple of the interviews that you've had, and again, I don't want to like just repeat and recycle everything that you've been doing.
Oh no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure it's like
I just seen you messing with it. I was like, oh, yo,
it's close enough. Nah,
yeah,
I appreciate you.
Now you're good, because I can always adjust it over here too. But you're good.
Word.
But yeah, I don't want to. If you've had conversations with Mike Squires, I don't want to be like, hey, so like same question, and then you're just like, yeah, so same content that I just posted 2 weeks ago, and I'm about to just post it again. Like,
I think that's up to me too. It's up to the person that does it. They got to remember, like, it's not media training, but it's almost like, you know what you talked about. That was like origin story. That shit took a fucking hour and 11 minutes. It was a long time, but
facts.
From there, it's all future facing and forward thinking, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let me kick this thing off. What's going on, everybody? Peace and God bless everybody. I just want to say what's up. Welcome to the Right Mind Podcast. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. God bless as always. Jesus loves you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to our co-host Life, who is not here, but you are in our prayers right now, man. Just going through some difficult stuff, but you are in our prayers, man. We just hope for the best for you right now. Shout out to Crispy in the bike, as always, doing his thing. I ain't got a camera on him, but he's always behind the camera in more ways than one.
You heard?
But he's doing his thing back there, and we appreciate you, man. Shout out to the team. But today we are back. It is 2026, man. We made it to 2026, bro.
We made it.
This is our first recording podcast of the year. This is our first episode that we will drop this year, episode 166. Super excited to get back into the things, and I would just like to welcome our guest here today. If you want to introduce yourself to the people,
What's up? It's your boy Suave-Ski, the Suave God, Suaved Up, Suave Mob in the building from Connecticut. I had to slide up here, man, and check y'all out, see what was going on.
Yeah, man.
Because it's a new year, and it's time for some growth, time to step out, meet new people, you know what I mean, and make some new connections, and success comes when you really are motivated to go out there and get it and make moves, man. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming all the way up out here, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime. It's nothing. I used to live in Texas, and things were like 2 hours away from each other. It was nothing on the regular, man. So these little drives ain't nothing to me, man.
What part of Texas?
Fort Worth.
Fort Worth? Okay. I got family out in like San Antonio.
I mean, it's close by. San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth area. It's all there. And yeah, man, those drives were just going to work on the regular. So like,
sounds about right.
It is what it is, man. But shout out to Mass, man. Y'all, you know what I mean? New England, East Coast, all day, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we trying out here, man. We trying.
And I'm glad that to set it off, man, for the first podcast on the Right Mind, man. Shout out to Crispy for connecting the dots and having your boy come up here, man, for real.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I'm going to cut you off, Jerry. You know what I just realized?
What?
So last year's first episode,
Sturgis.
It's a CT artist.
Hey, my boy Sturgis.
Again,
look at that. There we go.
Yo, and shout out to Sturgis, man. That's the homie, man.
Yeah, facts.
For real. Sturgis, dude. He's a real dude.
Yeah, friend of the show for sure, man.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Thank you again for just taking your time for coming out here, man. This is super dope.
Absolutely.
You've been doing a lot, man. I've been kind of following through, obviously through social media and stuff. You guys have been just putting on a lot and just doing a lot.
Yeah, bro. It's overwhelming.
You want to explain a little bit of that? Just what's been happening? I know.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but
yeah, I mean, I'll kind of break it down because through all the things that we've been doing, it's starting to that foundation is starting to take shape. And it's actually starting to make sense. In the beginning, it didn't. You know what I mean? It's like you just throw everything at the wall till something sticks. But, so top of last year was basically when the game changed for me a little bit. My homeboy Gemini Ty, he was like, we need to take this to the next level. You've been underground a little too much, right? Because that's kind of what I started. I started rocking. Shout out to my brother Apathy, man. That's a legendary Connecticut artist, Apathy. That's my big bro. And, I was super underground with it, and I was okay to do the cassettes and stay, in my lane. But he wanted to try something different. He was like, I'm gonna invest into making some different type of moves. He was like, let's get up to Sirius XM. Let's buy onto this tour. Let's do some things. We did a whole rollout that most cats never get to do. So I was I got to sit down with DJ Drewski. I got to go up to Sirius XM multiple times with the infamous Amadeus to do a freestyle. And he put me in position with YNVS shampoo. Shout out YNVS shampoo. They had us running all around New York, going to clubs, like playing our songs. So I had a song called "Shake 'Em Up," and it was like a more trap type vibes, like higher energy type song than most people are used to from me. Yeah. But we did it right. We put it out and we worked one song for a while. And this is when, I started to have homies come around that saw me do the Sirius XM, and they're like, yo, we're trying to roll out with you to film, like my boy Jackson. Shout out to Lens for Hire, my man Jackson. He's actually a partner in the operation now. But at the beginning of the year, he was just filming just to get some content, hang out. But we were able to do, it's hard to, say everything we've done, but I'll try real quick. It was just basically a New York takeover, top of the year. Then after that, we went to LA to do some promotion out there, do a couple shows, get some content. Then we came back. Then we went to South by Southwest during the spring. We did that in Texas. And then right after that, I come home, get ready, and we go on tour in Europe. I've never been to Europe. First time. I went with Ill Bill, Sean Strange, Jay Sos, and the Snow Goons. Shout out to the Snow Goons, man. Hope to work with them more. They had their 25th year anniversary, and we went all through Europe, bro. Like Greece, Italy, Switzerland, Budapest. I went to Turkey, ended in Germany. And it was just Germany's like, dope. It was just crazy. It was just a lot happening. And it just happened so fast that we needed to organize it. So Suave Mob was like an idea, as like, maybe something to refer to your fans or like your like people like that are supporting you, like the mob, Suave Mob. But what ended up happening was my boy G Payne, he's a photographer too, and he's been rocking with me way before I even went by Suave-Ski, which is crazy. But he's still around, and he was, he's a street promoter. He's great with black and white photography, all kind of photography. But he jumped on board. Then I had Jackson jump on board. We had Gemini. Then we added another photographer, young homie Jaden, and we built this. We turned it to a real mob, like a positive mob, man. Because that's the difference, man. Like a lot of people get scared of the name and whatnot, but it is what it is. We're built around media and entertainment. So, and then they came on tour again. So when I came back from Europe, we did another run with Chris Webby. Yep. Right, and then that's when Jackson came and he started to film, and we just created this like system where it's like, yo, we're dropping content all the time, like everyone's from all angles, like photos, videos. I started to jump on some other podcasts and do interviews and freestyles, and it like by the end of the year it was like, okay, now we have a media company. It's like a multimedia agency, because we can help brands and businesses to do the same thing that they did for me, which literally kind of tripled like my engagement. So we figured out like a formula.
Yeah, because it wasn't just like receiving for yourself, but it's like, all right, like now that we have this team, like how can we kind of give back to the people in the same way? Just like we were talking about before, the then now. Right. It's like now let's give back to what I was able to receive through bringing all of these people into the fold.
Yeah, and another big part about that is like, it was an initial investment, but man, we got to make that count somehow, right? So it's like, how can we like circle that back? And we were like, we had to make it an LLC. He put some money in the bank, and then we'll try and get some clients. And that's basically what it turned into. So we did, and after we stacked a few clients, got some work going, we had all of our our work from the tour, a lot of the photos, videos. We used all that as like a selling point for artists. We can help you on your journey. And then we shot a couple for some businesses, a couple reels for some businesses that just put us into another category. And by the end of the year, we found shout out to my homegirl Carol B. She acquired this amazing bank right on Bank Street, downtown New London. It used to be Liberty Bank, and it's like the dopest. It has a vault in it. It's like the dopest spot. And something about our small hometown is that it closes down at like 4 or 5 p.m. right? And we have Connecticut College, Mitchell College. We got creatives everywhere. Like, bro, we can't even go somewhere to like run your laptop, like meet someone, like just vibe and build on things. So she wanted to create that space, co-work space. And she was like, hey, we have this corner office. And she was willing to work with us and trade some things and get us in there. So now Suave Mob found a spot for us to have an office. We have a headquarters that will be grand opening January 30th.
Okay.
You know, we'll talk a little more about that later, but basically we were able to like give us a physical spot, you know, and kind of like show people that, yo, this is a real thing. Like, it started with an idea. We just turned it into a real thing now with less than a year. And now we're starting to like, we got 500 something on our email list, and we've been able to like, you know, just start building from there. And we do have clients right now, but we kind of focus all of our energy on this event because we're going to like turn the town all the way upside down, you know, and then from there we'll start taking these clients on and like really giving back to our community, throwing events, having mixers, networking parties, things like that, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're taking the steps, man, you know, and you got to launch it off. You got to launch it off right. You know, you're focusing on one thing. You don't want to, you know, jump the gun too early. Not saying that you would, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, some people try to take too much on at one time.
Easy to do.
That, you know, it's like, bro, like get your ducks in a row, if you will, in the right way, where it's like, all right, let's establish the business and then let's like go off to the races.
Exactly, man.
You know what I mean? Because once you know, you have the kickoff January 30th, and again, we'll get into that more.
Yeah.
January 30th, then it's like, all right, like our focus is now off of like the launch. Now it's just like, let's get people in the door.
Yeah.
You know, versus, oh, we're trying to get people in the door, and then now we're trying to, you know, plan the party and the release, and it's like, bro,
it's
like,
tough, man. We're doing it all ourselves at the same time. So it's like, you know, we don't have somebody that's coming in and like setting up decorations and doing everything. Like, we literally have to do all that ourselves.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we don't want to take clients on to where we'll like, you know, we won't be able to do 50%. We'll give them 50%.
Exactly.
We want to give them 100%. So like, you know, that is what it is. And we would be overwhelmed. So we got 4 guys that are capable to take client work for videography, photography, all that. Nice. But basically, either me or Jackson would come in and sit down and consult and talk to you about, like, really figure out about, like, more about your brand and what you're trying to do. Even like this, like, but it wouldn't be a podcast, of course. It would be us talking and just figuring out, like, yo, what is your direction and how can we help you really, like, get your message out there, right? In the best way. So one of us has to sit down and take our time with it, man. It's like you can't rush that.
Nah,
and you can't just throw it out there and be like, yo, here you go. I would never want to, you know, give anyone anything less than 100%, bro. So after that grand opening, we can focus on clients, and we can delegate that work because we are going to run out on tour and do things this year as well. Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's just getting the infrastructure and the systems down.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
That's 100%. The next part.
And it's really about surrounding yourself with the right people too, right? I mean, from what you're saying, it's like you just added all these pieces, which are, you know, people that have been supportive and been able to just kind of bring a piece that has helped the business along the way.
Yeah.
You know
similar
what I mean?
to what you're doing.
Yeah, trying, man. Yeah. We're trying. 'Cause you know, the thing that like pops in my head too, you know, as you're talking about, like, you know, you've worked with like Apathy, people like that, like for those newer artists, like how does something like that kind of come about? Like, what was the way that you kind of went about it as far as like getting into the fold with him to, you know, going on tour overseas, like those kind of things? Because like for some people, those artists may seem unreachable. Right. You know, oh, I can't shoot him a DM. Oh, if I send him an email, well, bro, he probably gets like 1,000 of those emails a day. That's like, how do you know, how does a newer artist, like, what would you say to a newer artist that's like trying to do something like that?
To network and like kind of get themselves into those positions.
Kind of those bigger artists where it's like, you know, versus just like staying mainly local.
Right. I would say like my situation was like very rare, but the thing that made it work was putting out the work consistently and just like always having something going on. So like, thing about it was like, we were throwing shows every weekend. I want to say like this is like 10, 11 years ago, man, and I've been doing this for like 15 years now. Okay. And like, you know, I started with a group, and I had the Fly Ones, and we would do shows every weekend around town, and you know, And I would say back then is when we really started making an impression. But Apathy, he was like from Willimantic. He moved into New London, right? So he's a Connecticut legend, of course, but like he wasn't in New London. So when he did move there, he had no choice but to kind of see me.
Gotcha.
You know, because I was like making it a thing, bro. We were dropping videos. There was no other groups dropping or artists really putting out content as much as us.
Right. So you're the only ones that he could see.
Yeah, it was like we kind of forced that in his face, and then at the same time, like my guy Smoke the World, who actually went on tour with me last. He's one of my favorite producers. It's my brother. He just joined the Suave Mob. You know, he's like a grandfather. Then that's like we done albums together. He's like the producer who kind of curated the New London sound. Like everyone there that raps has a record with Smoke the World. And you know, he had the dopest spot right on Bank Street upstairs. He had a studio. And then Apathy and Chumzilla and a few other guys ended up moving in that same building. So we were up there with Smoke just all night, you know, burning, making records, going crazy. And like he would hear it. It would just like he would just hear us
downstairs.
And then like walking in like by and seeing each other and things like that. And he just started hearing my name so much that it was just inevitable. But the first thing he wanted to do was he wanted a music video. So like that was my chance to like, and you know, I was trying to be an artist. I was a little stubborn. I was like, man, I'm trying to rap. I ain't trying to shoot a video for you, like, you know. But I saw the opportunity. I was like, actually, this song is really dope. I would love to shoot this video, you know. And then I shot Curse of the Kennedys. Then I filmed and edited Martha Moxley. I started doing some of his big records. Like I started to film a lot of those videos, and we just had this natural relationship where he was like, yo, I got a tour in Canada, and if you could come and film and even ad-lib, that would be dope. And I was like, what? I was like, of course, like, yeah, sign me up, bro, I'm there. And back then I used to go by my last name, Camacho. That was my artist name, Camacho. And after this, so we went on this tour. What Apathy had me doing when I would go home is study backwards, because I was listening to the 90s hip hop. And before I was making like breakup music. It was like a whole different type of, you know, I was rapping too, but like it wasn't like that. So when I really discovered Gangstar and Guru, Guru's like my favorite of all time. I started to study backwards. I was like, yo, this is where it's at. This is conscious hip hop. This is real hip hop. And I just fell in love with it. So I started writing in the tour van with Apathy through Canada. Doing these shows with him just put it into perspective. Like, yo, there is a fan base for this. Like they will buy records, vinyls, cassettes, take photos. It's there. And you know, people saw me as that. I put me in a light like, yo, is that his next artist or something? They thought I was signed to him and all this. And, you know, I kind of played off that a little. And and then he was like,
you know?
yeah, I had to.
Yeah, man.
And during one of the trips, we was like, yo, when you get back, we have to release some music.
Yeah.
He was like, because he was rocking with it, and he was like, but we got to change your name. He was like, you can't do that. You can't do you had all this breakup music and this type of stuff happening. He was like, we got to change it. So we were thinking of it in Canada, just driving through the mountains, beautiful mountains, and we were just like, you know, New England. He was like, yo, you got a smooth demeanor and all that. He was like, he threw out words, and it was like suave. And he was like, yeah, that's cool, but like. Then he was like, what about ski? Like, add something to it, like Suave-Ski. Like, he wanted to add some. And then once we heard it, we were just repeating it, self-titled, said it once, and it just sounded dope. And he was like, what's the ski for? And we were like, yo, not that, not the street term, but like, yo, I'm from Connecticut, so we really go skiing out here, man. You know what I mean? Or upstate a little more. But, you know, New England, East Coast culture, it just made sense. I'm like from a cold place, and you know, I could rap. I'm cold with it, you know what I mean? Like I'm smooth and cold at the same time. It was just like, I had a lot of issues getting people to buy into that though.
Really?
Where I was at, everyone just wanted to Camacho me to death. They were like, you know what I mean? They were like, yo, you know, questioning, why are you doing this? You a sellout? Like, what happened? And I'm like, no, I'm selling up. I ain't selling out.
There you go.
I was like, what you talking about, man? Like, I'm in a position where I could release music on a real level. like with someone. But so it was just so organic how it happened, bro. Like we turned into friends. Like that's my brother now, you know. And I've had actually, my son is older than his daughter, so like I was a father before him, and then like he, you know, we started to do the dad thing and just rap. Like we hung out in the studio all night and just, you know, made so much music together. But from there, like how could someone else get into a position like that? Is like, yo, if there's an artist around you, just make sure that you're putting out enough content to where they can't miss it, where you know what I mean, like you really just got to be consistent and like intentional, and then once you find a way, your outlet, like stick to it and keep it going, bro. Like a lot of people like to switch and move around and try different things, but when you do find that thing that starts to click a little bit, stick with it, and then you know and then reach out, but make sure you have some momentum and then try to reach out to these guys, man. You know,
I get what you're saying, because it's like some people try to do too much, like we've been kind of talking. But it's like you find your niche and then it starts to work, but then they're like, no, I need to do something different. And then it's like once people are catching on to that initial niche, now you've switched up, so they're like, oh, now I have to re-find you in a different area. And it's like, bro, if that niche is working for you and that is like you, like stay in that space, because then people can continue to find you in that space, versus like, oh, switching it up again, now I gotta try to figure out what he's doing now.
It's a reset.
You're literally resetting the clock every single time. And it's like, dude, if you find, like you said, if you find what works for you, like stay in that lane.
It's hard to build a reputation like that, you know.
Exactly.
If you keep switching and you're doing this, like your reputation is just that you're sporadic. You know, it's not gonna be like, yo, you cornered this market and you killed it, and now you're like at the top of this market and you've done it, and you put out all these albums that, you know, sound you got a vibe, you got your own sound, you got very curated sound and look and brand, and you build onto that brand. People want to just, you know, shoot a DM and like hope it happens overnight. It just doesn't work like that. Go to an apathy show, you know what I mean? Go to a show, whoever it is that you're looking to, like, you know, build with, like pull up, find a way. Most of them have performances, have shows, they're in the studio. Like find a way to get in touch without just sending like some cold call type. You know, don't be salesy and stuff. It's got to be organic, man. You can't force none of that.
And I think it's bigger. It's bigger than just the music, right? Because like you were mentioning, you know, between, you know, being fathers to, you know, even just going on tour, like music aside, like being together, the fellowship, like there's a lot of fellowship that happens in those times. It isn't just, we're just on stage and we're doing stuff, but it's like we're having conversations, we're eating, you know, and it's like there are bigger conversations that happen. It isn't just like, let's make this record, let's do this. It's like, yo, bro, like,
it's not that robotic.
It's like, yo, bro, like that, you know, that show was crazy last night, man, that had me nervous or whatever. Like you're having like real conversations versus just straight music talk, and it makes it bigger and more of a relationship than just a transactional thing where it's just like, yo, I'm just here to see what I can get out of you. But it's like, yo, bro, like we're swapping kid stories. Yo, like my kid just pooped his diaper like crazy. Like, is yours doing that? Because like, you know, when your kid was 1 year old, like was yours like doing this? And it's like, nah, bro, like nah, like, you know, if you do this, then it's cool, you know, type of stuff like that. Like
the transactional part does happen, like in the beginning. For sure. In the beginning, you got to kind of find out, like the thing is, you want to get around people that you can use. Like I gotta just make it clear, like people are here to be used. All right, you're here to be used, right?
If you ain't adding value to my life or what I'm doing, why are you here? Like I don't mean to sound cold like that, but I think all three of us can kind of agree on that. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do better, right? Okay, well, if you're not trying to help me do better, then why are you here?
And you're saying that like out of love, because it's like you know that you could add value back to them too, right? You could you can help them.
Yo, maybe I'm the one holding you back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
And like you're holding on to something, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like it should just be all about growth. That's what it is, man. And then eventually, like you said, you find those people where it just clicks. You become friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm friends with him.
Right.
You know what I mean, dude?
Right.
Yo, it's my dog. We've had hard conversations, like you and Apathy.
Right. But you also got to find out like what it is they do and what they're trying to do. And like, if you can put them in position, like, yo, I know Sarah down the street does the same thing. Like, then that's your homegirl, like connect the dots. You got to be, and, you know, there's just way too much gatekeeping happening these days.
Yeah.
And back in the day, I understood why they did it, because of like the blog era and like all that. Like, they wanted to curate what was coming out, what was hot. They wanted to be the ones saying it. They've made a whole living off of that. Like, I'm saying this dude's next, and like they would like gatekeepers.
They wanted to be the ones that said it.
Yeah.
And then when they took off, they were like, I told y'all, y'all was sleeping on me, and yeah.
Right, and that's like a big point right there. Is like nowadays that's gone. Like, you can literally, you close this gate, all right, I'm gonna go this way, boom, there's another gate down here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you just kind of like weave around it. But like, I'm doing the exact opposite, and all gates are open, and if you can make it through there and you found something interesting, bring it back. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I will always try to connect dots, and I feel like you guys do that here too. You know, you're open to new connections, and like, you're not trying to hold someone back. If we're talking and you see that like there's something that you're someone that could help me with a specific certain thing, then you would like reach out, maybe put us in a group message together or something.
100%.
That's what it is. You got to just kind of like kill all the gatekeeping. Like, 2026, stop that, man. People are doing tutorials about things. They're telling you how to do it,
right?
And people are getting paid from it. They're like affiliates with this, and we're going to show you how to do it. And then that company's paying these people to be influencers and whatnot. But basically, just find out what it is you want to do, and do it the best you can, and be ready to be used and not useless. Because I'm telling you, all the useless people are getting pushed to the side, and they're going to be watching. There's people that watch, and then there's people that do, and it's cool. I'm not judging the ones that just watch. Like, hey, if that's what you do, you got a job and you're getting paid, and life is good, and you go on, you start scrolling, and you like my content, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
I appreciate that type of person just as much as the ones that are here filming, shoot, doing everything, like creating. So there's the creators, and then there's the ones that are watching the creations, and
the consumer.
It's all love, man. The consumers, like, but like, I chose not to be have a circle of consumers. I have people that are wanting to build and create. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And once you find your tribe that does that, I think everyone, after a while, once you become friends, right, not just partners or business, it's not all business, then you see where you can really add value to other people's lives, and it just starts clicking naturally.
100%. Yeah, because you can understand where these people are coming from. Like, Crispy and I, we have conversations all the time that is outside of the podcast. It's outside of music. But then when it comes to the music and the podcast stuff, like, it's so fluid, because we're just like, like, we understand where everybody's head is at. So like, if he needs time off from the pod, or he's got to go do something with like Webby or a show or whatever it may be, it's just like, bro, go do your thing, bro. Like, go do that, because I know that's where your heart is at. And like, just like we told Life today, like, bro, like, we got you when you're ready, when good to go, like, and come in, and you're coming in on the next pod, like, yo, everybody's cool. Dope. Like, we're good.
And everyone's still got the boat moving, though. You know what I mean? You keep the shit moving. Yep. Someone gets sick, it is what it is. They'll jump back on board. You go back, pick them up again. Like, but like, everyone has something they're doing, like, I'm interested in how you guys, like, man, you've been doing music, right?
Yep.
As an artist. And then I know I've always known Crispy for pics and doing his thing with the cam.
Yes,
but I know he's stepping into new realms and whatnot.
Yeah,
and that's
man.
dope. You gotta applaud that. And the fact that you're, champion and like pushing him to do that is dope too, because a lot of people, that's another part of the gatekeeping, is like to tell someone like, yo, maybe you shouldn't, because art is subjective, and it's like
100%.
Someone's gonna like it, you know what I mean? Someone's gonna he's gonna find his niche, and just like you found yours and I found mine, and like, challenge them to try, as opposed to not.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what we were just talking off air. I was like, bro, you have an interest in photography, and you were thinking about doing videography, and he was like, I just don't know like where to start. I'm like, how about now? Like, we got it. Life and I have an album that we're about to drop together, a co-album that we're about to drop. We need some content. It was a little cold outside when we were doing it, right before a show.
Brick outside.
Downtown Lowell, in the middle of January,
Yeah.
dude, and it was a wind tunnel. Dog, I was stopping traffic. Dude. I was standing right in the middle of the road getting shot.
He was crying, like, you know, the wind
Yep.
got you crying out there.
Yeah.
Bro, that cold. That cold.
Yeah, it was a
Yo,
chilly day.
crying cold.
Oh, I know, man. Yeah, you
It was
get
a chilly day, but I was like, if I don't give him the opportunity to at least try, like, bro, like, let's see what happens.
Right.
Like, worst case scenario, all right, like, we're back to, you know, we maybe find somebody else, like, whatever. You know what it is? Like, it's no loss, it's no gain. It gives him experience.
How long ago was that?
Bro, 2018?
No, 4 years ago?
Because we dropped, I'm pretty sure we dropped
No, I saw
41st, 2018.
No, it definitely wasn't 2018.
Are you sure? Now I'm about to fact check
dates
it.
are tough, man. You know what I mean?
So,
Dates
hold
are
on.
tough.
Now I'm
But
gonna
if-
look it up.
Actually, you know what? No, because it was after the
COVID. Come on, what happened?
It was after COVID, bro.
COVID is
Was
such
it?
like
No, but-
I do it better.
it dates a lot of things now, you know?
Oh,
COVID
100%.
era.
It's like, yo, I came in after COVID is when I started, like
That's
2001, 2000. No, not 2001, 2021. My fault.
So yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually, you know,
2000.
2021. You're right. My
Alright,
fault.
so,
I stand
so-
corrected.
so,
I stand
yeah,
corrected.
So it was like right after
I can
COVID
admit when I'm wrong.
came in, dude. So yeah, like what, 4 years, 5 years now?
Yeah.
2026. So we out 5 years.
Yeah, because you were. I mean, he was originally
I was around
like,
before then though.
Yeah.
So yo, I started
Yeah.
on my cell phone, doggy.
yeah,
Okay.
Like, so what it was 2018. I went to go see Webby at Wally's.
Okay.
'Cause I was a Webby fan before anything.
Dope.
Before I met any of you guys,
Yeah.
or even him, or just whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a Webby fan, bro. Like,
Right.
I always just appreciated his music, bro.
Right. Me
So,
too.
yo, I was there, and Just for Kicks had opened.
Yeah.
And, bro, I don't know how it happened, but, like, yo, I posted something online about being there or something. And then, like, yo, Joe hit me up, and he was like, oh, da-da-da. And I was like, nah, you a fire, dude. Like, you know, he's like, well, like, if you don't mind, could you check out my music? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So I started listening to Joe, and then, like, yo, he just started posting shows. So I started going, and like you said, I didn't even know at the time, bro. I was inserting myself in the areas that
Yeah.
I didn't even know what we're going to turn into.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? So, again, I'm on my cell phone.
Yeah.
Crappy cell phone, too. Mine mad blurry, dude, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, yo, I'm there supporting the homies, just taking photos, dude. Well, they're all like, yo, like, yeah, we know the cell phone photos, but they're good photos.
Right.
You got the angle, you got it. Picked up a camera, dude, and next thing you know, I'm shooting music videos for this kid, dude, and yeah, it literally took off, bro.
Yo, my boy G Payne in the Suave Mob, he started. I mean, he's on the phone still now. Like he takes these photos with the phone. You could never tell.
Videos.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't
100%.
tell.
Yeah,
Videos.
Yeah.
You know how much shit I get when I show up and I pull up? People are like, yo, you use a cell phone for video? And no. you're
bro.
not telling
Yeah,
me.
it's in.
No, you're not telling what Joe told me. Get good with what you have, not what you can't afford.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But no, that's
man.
real. That's real, man.
That's
you gotta,
real talk, bro.
You got to use what you have
You gotta use what you...
to level up.
4K is 4K, right?
Right.
Listen up.
Right.
Right. And now it's even easier with the phone. The phones are getting better, bro.
Bro,
Yeah,
bro.
literally.
And cheaper.
Yeah.
And cheaper.
It's cheaper, it's less expensive, and then it's like you can really, it's your passion project. You do what you want with your phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can get into certain places without a camera. You
It's
know?
less bulky. You know what I mean?
Right, and just
Like,
pull the phone out and just I mean, I did it. I shot phone videos. I see Rook right now going crazy with iPhone videos and all that.
Bro, if done correctly with the right lighting, the right set, yo, it looks like a red camera, bro. You know what you're doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, day one is dope.
It's insane, dude.
Like day one is fire, dude.
Well,
Like,
who shot that? What's that?
So it's one of my recent singles.
Yeah.
But he shot the whole thing. We did a bunch
With
of different
the phone?
shots. Yeah, just straight through the phone.
Let's
bro.
go,
and just,
boy.
And
Let's
just we
go,
just
man.
rocked it. We just rocked it,
Shot, like,
man.
I don't know, 4 or 5 music videos on this thing now at this point, dude.
Yeah.
No, look. At this point, everything is up in the air. It doesn't matter what you're using. Is
As
how.
long as it gets done, it looks good.
Yeah.
That's all I care about,
Right.
bro. That's all he cares about.
Like who cares?
It's
Like,
execution right now. We're in execution mode where it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
are you getting things done or are you just talking about them?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Facts, dude.
That's it. But shout to Crispy, man.
Yeah,
Doing
man.
whatever it took to
Nah,
level
shout
up.
out to you, my dog. Dude, yo, you were,
Yeah.
dude, out of the group, you were one of the first people that came up to me and was like, yo, dude, this
Yeah,
is
man.
nice to meet you, man. Because, like, yo, you see me.
Yeah, I've been
online,
seeing you online. Like you see the
me
presence
with
online.
Sturgis and shit,
Yup.
You know what I mean? And,
Yup.
yo, that's how I met you, was through Sturgis.
Right.
Everything.
And you were
Yo,
shooting for him too, so yeah.
And you came up and you were like, yo, and I was like, yo, that's my dog.
Yeah,
And
bro.
I was like, I appreciate it. Yo, it was love right from the beginning.
That's
dude.
all it takes, especially in the concert set, bro. At shows, like it's all love. Depending on like who you're going with, right? So like who you're going to see. I know there's like different artists that represent a different energy, but like I've never been with the negative stuff. But in Chris Webby and Apathy and people that I have toured with, it's always been love, and you know everyone's coming out for music, and it's still crazy to this day, you know what music is, what they say, the language of the soul, man. So like it
100%.
really does bring everyone together, and
It does,
you know, depending on like I said, your brand and how you're putting your music out. Like some of these kids, like, you know, remember the Illuminati age and when everyone was dropping videos with Illuminati hints and things like that's just dark, and you're manifesting like a sort of dark. And then it got into a dark lifestyle, and then it got into the drill, and yo, I started a whole nonprofit just to try to mentor teenagers to get them to learn a message besides what was happening. Talking about guns and spinning blocks and all that. I'm like, bro, what? Yeah, right. You just got out of...
It's all fun and games. You're sitting in a jail cell looking at 10 to 15, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like Straight Outta Compton. If you guys seen Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah.
When they're on the bus and like, yo, what up, cuz? What up, cuz? And then, yo, it's all fun and games. So the homeboy hops the bus and you got a gun in your face.
Yo, that was real.
I was like, yo, all right, okay. All right. But I'm like, I am damn sure that happened at least one point.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
You got to imagine like the drill scene and like the shows that they were, it's like they're just putting all this negative energy together.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them end up in jail or dead or whatever it is. They were saying record labels were putting insurance policies on them because they knew they were going to go. Like, bro, all that stuff is dark and just, it's too real, bro. You manifest what you talk about.
Yep. 100%.
You know,
100%.
and I'm just glad that I was able to get away from that and get around people like y'all, man, through you know, who I chose through my discretion of who I'm going to work with. And, you know, you could turn some things, you got to turn things down, you know, like imagine like a big artist like a Tekashi 6ix9ine reaches out and he wants to do a track with you and he's like, yo, I'll do it for free. Would you still do it, or would you just be, you know, that's what the sellout is, you know. That's when you really sell out. It's from your soul. You sold that's when they say you sold your soul, is when you make a decision based on either clout, a financial thing, or like something that is just against your moral code.
Exactly.
You know?
And a lot of people are doing that, and I'm like,
too many, bro.
Too many.
So that separates, like, I think the real artists, like who's gonna have a long career, from, you know, just the ones that are jumping on trends through TikTok or whatever, you know. And
that stuff only lasts for so long, and it's like, and then we're already on to the next one. So it's like either you are consistently recreating the wheel every single time to stay relevant, which could probably be exhausting, instead of just sticking to your lane and who you are and your brand, you know, and letting that do the work. Like, bro, it's gonna be exhausting. Like, you're constantly gonna be trying to find a way to stay relevant versus just doing you, and let that speak the volumes.
Yo, if I could preach right now to every artist out there right now,
this is a platform, man. You
gotta find you really gotta dig into who you are, and the only way to do that is in the mirror, because you will have so many outside, you know, so much advice coming at you from every angle, like even from someone like Apathy, you know, it's like people are scared to turn that down. But as an artist, you need to find who you are before you put yourself out there, you know. But I know it's tough to do that. Sometimes you put yourself out there first, and in that process you do find who you are. But just be sure to stand on something, man. Real talk. Like, find out what it is that you know, like me, like, bro, I don't know, I love coffee, I love soccer. There's certain things about me, I'm a dad now, that you'll hear in my music, and I'll always represent it. I won't really change from it, but like, people have told me to like that run I just did last year was a tough one, because it was like, yo, we're gonna put out this trap song, and but it was my song. He's like, yo, it's your music, I'm not telling you what to do. It was your song. I gave him a folder. I was like, which single do you want to push? And he went through it and he picked that song, and he was like, yo, we're gonna go with this one. And I was like, all right. And I was like, but, you know, people might feel a certain way. They haven't heard me rapping like that or whatever in a while. But like, I believed in myself. I started to believe in myself more, to where it's like, yo, I don't really need these little pockets of fans. Like, it doesn't matter if you hate you or you like me or not. These days, it's all relative to engagement, right? But don't follow the trends, man. Try to listen to your music by yourself, and after you make your song, like, listen to it. And I encourage you to go back and change it if there's something that you don't feel right about.
If you hate your voice,
100%.
Okay, just I had a moment in my career where I did hate my voice in the beginning.
Yeah.
But then I was also just saying shit that I wasn't about, and just cringe to me at this moment. And it's gone. It's not anywhere. You can't listen to it. Thank God. But yeah, that part, there's no other way to get over it than to just continue. It's like a consistent thing. Keep trying to find your voice, or focus more on your message rather than your voice.
Yeah.
And then the two will come into harmony at some point,
for sure.
Find your message, what it is you want to talk about. Because like voices, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You're gonna change your voice. You're gonna try to like have some sort of different inflection and sound different. Then you're gonna like build an image that's not you. So you have to just use your voice. Find, it's okay to, beats will send you in a different direction sometimes.
100%.
Your energy
100%.
will change depending on the beat. But at the end of the day, the fastest way that people will buy into you is by knowing that you're authentic. And I mean, it's kind of cliche to say, but that authenticity, it shines through everything, man. It really does. So like, if you're trying to, make an album, like I said, take the song, listen to it yourself. Yeah, you can have you can have a listening party, and you can get advice from all your homies about it. But there's plenty songs that I was like, yeah, people were like, nah, maybe not. And I was like, nah, I'm doing it. And we put it out. Yeah. And we put it out. And I wasn't looking for something that told me that it was good or not. I wasn't looking for that. Like, I'm not looking to see if this is a hit record. Like, I don't look for hit records, man. As an artist myself, I'm not looking for a hit record. I'm just looking to connect with. And then sometimes it's just completely therapy. Yeah, it's just 100%. I need to get this off my chest, and in a song form. And I've been doing it, like I said, 15 years, so I'm just so used to it. I haven't even really seen a real therapist, but maybe I should. But music has been there for me so long that through breakups and all this, I would always end up in a studio, and I would always get that message out. And then over time, it became so natural. But like, chase that natural authenticity, chase that like you chase trends. Like, chase that. Like, look internally for what you're gonna put out. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's just, I want y'all all to do that. Take some time to do that, man. Because there's too much happening where people are just riding these trends, and it's not gonna last. And then what happens when you put the album out? You don't make the sales. You're gonna be disappointed, and then what are you gonna quit?
Right. And then too, it's like you're saying, it's not even you. Like, you are trying to ride off of what somebody else is doing. So you're not only failing, but you're failing at trying to do what somebody else is doing. Like, if you're going to fail, at least fail being yourself.
On your own.
On your own, just like who you are, your own brand, all of those things. Versus like, yo, like, why did you, I don't know, like, I saw some dude do that. Oh, well, that's why you failed. You were trying to do something that isn't even you. Like, you're trying to fit into a mold that isn't even your mold.
Right.
And then you're expecting it to work. Like, no, the mechanics are off. Like, it's not going to work.
How long did it take you to find your sound? Let's talk about your sound a little bit.
Talk about my sound.
Yeah.
It definitely took a couple years because I was definitely at a point where I was trying to fit into the sphere of influence that was around me. And yes, you can be influenced by people.
Here?
And that's it.
Was it the sound from here? Like, growing up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound from around here, the people that I was hanging out with. Like, I was trying to create things. It was like the lyrics and the content of it was me, but I was trying to create the sound of the people that were around me versus just like creating.
Can you name a few? Do you have some influences that you might be able to,
I mean,
shout?
a lot of it was local, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of it was local. And shout out to, I mean, and that's not a diss to them either. These are people that helped create me and influence me in a way that helped me just get into the music scene.
Being a local is not a diss.
Yeah. Get my feet
We're all
wet.
local somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Get my feet wet, and get into shows and those things and really kind of understand what the music is around here, right?
Yeah.
But there was a lot of the early music was like me just trying to be like, is this what you like? Versus like, Jay, like you are 1,000% happy with it, and like forget what everybody else says.
I think we all start there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We're just looking for everyone to like us or like the songs that we put. Not like us, but like us as an artist. And how do you do that?
Yeah. And where it's like now, like, I mean, I've had moments, and again, this is no diss to my wife. Like there are songs that she's like, and she's like, you should do this and you should change that. And I'm like, I appreciate your perspective.
Yeah.
But maybe my music or maybe this song just isn't the song for you.
That's a tough one. Like when it's that close to home.
Yeah.
Like that's a tough one.
It is. But it's like, again, I treat it with the same grain of salt of like, just a casual listener. They're not gonna all like every single one of my songs. There's like artists that I like. I'm like, I don't really like that one, but like, yo, this one's fire.
Right.
It's like I treat it in that same sense of like, you're not gonna like every single song that I do, which is just like every other listener. Not everybody's gonna like the same thing. So, I take it with a grain of salt. And again, like you said, I've come to the point where as long as I'm happy with it,
yeah.
And when I'm listening back to it, like I'm kind of in the same sense of like, if I hear like one thing off where it's like really bugging me, I'm like, I need to fix it.
But off to you.
Yeah, off to me.
So
off to me.
That is what I'm trying to dig into is like, yo, you listen to it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you could be around Rick Rubin or something. He's gonna tell you to do something, and you might change it if it's someone like that, right? You'd be like, okay, yeah. Like Apathy, he's influenced a few lines and things like that. I started to rap and sound similar, but I had to find me through that, right? And then how am I gonna do it? And like, how is this gonna be like me, or people are gonna say he's writing for me, or like I've had that people thought he was writing for me just because I was, it was a switch when I was doing the different type of music where it was a little more modern, and then when I went to the boom bap and the underground, they were like, yo, is he writing for you? I'm like, nah, this is my take on that sound. But like,
exactly,
but like when you're in the studio and there's like one thing off to you, like I encourage these, like any artist, dig into that, man. Find out what it is that you like more than what they like. And then it will either translate or it won't, or you'll find a pocket of people that love it,
Yeah.
And then you double down on that. But like, man, my mom, like she went from like, not really believe, it's like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? You're doing music? Like, you're rapping? You're a rapper? To like really help, like trying to like help me with my sound and what my message is. And like, yeah, you should do that. She'll remind me of like favors that people owe me. You should get that verse from him. Or like, I'm working on a project with DJ Relly Rel. Shout out Relly Rel. And she was like, just make sure your message, like you're actually saying something, because she's saying like the world is it's in a dark place. It was like, try to like, give people some motivation, some inspiration, and like say something. Because you can, like, I do like to just rap and just have metaphors and have fun, and like there's time for that. But like, for sure, when you have an album, there's got to be some substance, man. You got to have some substance. But like, like take everyone, like, not, the grain of salt thing is real, but it's like after a while, just you have to position yourself as the professional.
Yeah.
Right. And then they're like, oh, you don't really like that one? All right, well, then you don't have to share that one, or don't listen to that one.
Exactly.
But, like, it is what it is. But like, like go follow through with it and like put your album out how you want it, or you might as well be signed to a label that is gonna tell you what to do
and dictate everything.
They will, man. And I've turned a few label deals down, and just for that reason, because I wanted to do music my whole life.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure there wasn't a point where I wasn't doing it for ulterior motives or for someone else.
Yeah.
Because then you just lose yourself.
Oh, 100%.
And then you feel like, yo, you wasted all your time, all these years, like, and then just to make this sound that just flopped, or now you don't know what your sound is or what you want to put out there. And so just reflect more internally. Like,
Definitely.
I'm nailing that. I'm trying to
Yes, sir.
nail that one in, because it's like, it's something that a lot of artists around me in my area, I'm starting to see them doing. They're getting a sound, and they're sounding, they're building their brand, and I'm proud of them. Really, it's just because it takes time. You can't rush this.
No,
but,
not at all.
But like,
Not
how
at
long
all.
have you been doing music?
I dropped my first project 2013.
2013.
First project.
Wow. Okay, that's a while. That's that.
Yeah.
So
Like
you-
GarageBand, used GarageBand myself.
Yeah.
Like figured out, like we're just talking about, like figured I had, that was all I had. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
I was like studios was like something that was unreachable at the time. Cause again,
okay.
like I just started.
Yeah.
So I'm like GarageBand, like the Icicle interface, plugged in, like mixed and mastered it myself to the best of my ability to what I heard, and
Yeah.
kind of compared and contrast to what was already released, just like mainstream stuff, you know what I mean? Like kind of comparing it, like, and I put it out.
Okay.
And I started, you know what I mean? But I started.
Yeah, you started,
And
bro.
I was like, let me figure this out. And then eventually, you grow, you find producers, you find engineers. As
What
you're
was
putting
like
out
a
music.
big transitional point for you after the first time you started putting out music? Did your sound change? Like,
I don't think it really changed. Between I would say the big transition was probably so we were talking about this earlier, like where
Yeah,
to like kind of
with the
right
Right
mind.
Mind.
So I had a project called Right Mind first.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came out.
Oh, that's
and,
dope.
And that was really where I would say like my mentality when it came to music really started to switch of like, all right, now I'm starting to really kind of define my sound, what it is that I want to convey to people in just real time. And yeah, that's where kind of the right mind kind of aspect came from. So that was kind of where that shift was. And that was probably, if 41st was 2021, this had to be, I think Right Mind was probably 2018.
okay.
Because probably shortly after that is when I like kind of struck ground when it came to the podcast. So they were kind of like one right after the other.
What made you decide to do that? Like, kind of
A podcast?
Yeah, kind of shift into that a little bit.
Kind of what we talked about off air of in the steps that I was taking, which I was trying to take all the appropriate steps when it came to creating music. I didn't want to take any shortcuts. I wanted to make sure that I was doing my due diligence from, like you had said earlier, of like studying the people before me, like understanding the music.
Right.
Even if I didn't like it, because I didn't grow up listening to hip hop.
Yeah.
So like I'm talking like 90s hip hop, like 80s hip hop, like the real stuff, the foundations of hip hop. So going backwards was somewhat difficult because it was like, it's not what I grew up with.
Right.
But I studied it because these are people that created what hip hop is today, or helped influence how hip hop is at that point. And I was like, regardless if I like it or not, like these are like founding fathers of how this is, and I will honor and respect that because this is the culture that I'm getting into, and I have to respect it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I lost my train of thought.
No, I'm trying to find the point where, like, you at Right Mind, that was an album. Okay. And then you dropped it. You put
Dropped
it out.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then from there, you got it. What was the thing that made you? Were you becoming more of a community leader, so to say? What were people coming to you for information?
Gotcha.
Like, did you put yourself into a position where the podcast made sense, where you were just people were coming to you for info?
Got you. Yeah. So it was really, in my experience as an up and coming artist. Again, like I said, so now I'm back on track here. So in taking those steps and making sure that I'm doing the right thing, like I would come across people and they were like, I'm trying to do this, but like they would be skipping steps, and like and just watching the industry at that point where people were just like signing deals, and then they're like, oh my gosh, why am I in debt? Like, what am I doing? And I'm like, bro, like you are skipping so many steps of understanding of what it is that you're doing. So in the creation of the podcast, it was like, I want to be able to guide people in the right steps. So initially it was fundamentally founded, Right Mind and the podcast, on music, mental health, financial I guess you could say literacy and freedom and fitness, which were all those four things were things that I struggled with in my own personal life, my own experiences, from lights getting cut off, sitting at welfare, to just, struggling with my own personal fitness, to obviously the music creation, to obviously my mental health, which kind of went into the music, like you said, therapy, therapy for me, free therapy. Right. Well, now we pay for everything, so maybe it isn't free, but, and I was like, if I'm somebody that is dealing with this, I'm sure that there are other people. And I want to be able to help other people in that sense. Yeah. And I think it also probably stemmed from, so I work, right now I work with teens.
You do? Yeah.
I do. I work with military teens. It's my 9 to 5, if you will. I work with military teens, kind of like a Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. It's essentially what it is.
That's awesome.
It's an after-school program.
That's awesome.
We're affiliated with the Boys and Girls Club. We do 4-H stuff as well. But I had started with younger kids, and just like that kind of mentorship, and kind of being the lifeline, not the kind of a lifeline to them, like, because you see them probably more than their parents do, because their parents are off at work. You're kind of spending more time with them, and it's like, I want to be able to be a positive influence on these kids, because I want to see them do good things. I want, if and there were, sometimes there were difficult kids, and you're like, I want to figure this kid out. Yeah. Because if I can just figure them out, like, I can hopefully make a switch. Yeah. And for me, like, I loved those challenging kids, because I was like, I got to figure this out. Like, for example, like, there was a girl, she was autistic. Yeah. And this was before I really understood, and I'm not saying I'm an expert in autism, but this was before I really understood what autism was. Like, to me at that point, it was just a word. So she comes into the program, and I'm like, dude, why is she doing this? She would be taking stuff, like, and the kids are complaining, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, you need to give it back here. You need to give it back. And she was like, nope. Not very verbal either. So that made it even more difficult. Right. And again, not understanding just what the concept is of it when it came to autism. And she's doing all these things. And then finally my trainer, she was like, here's a book on autism. Like, here's just like kind of a brief rundown. I'm like, I'm going to invest in this, and I'm actually going to look at it. Some people, they're like, oh, just whatever. Yeah. But I was like, let me look at it. And as I'm diving into it, one of the things that comes with autism is they don't understand, like, property. Okay. And ownership. Right. Like, if this is my cell phone, like, it's my cell phone. But to her, it's like, it's everybody's cell phone.
It's a cell phone.
It's a cell phone, and it's for everybody. Yeah. And so, like, in doing that and understanding it, I was like, I was able to tap into her and understand how she works. So that when she would, like, take something, I'd be like, here, like, that's not yours, but, like, here's something that is, or you can use that could be yours.
Replace.
And just replace it. And then it was like, all of a sudden things started clicking. And then if she was doing something, I could be like, hey, and then she would respond, because she was like, that's somebody that
you build trust.
You build the trust, and it's like, that person understands me. Wow. So I loved.
So that became your 9 to 5? Like,
became my 9 to 5. So I was originally working with kids that were from like 5 to like 9 years old. Yeah. And then just as I developed into like creating music, I still love playing basketball, those kind of things, and being able to teach those things, it became a lot easier for me when doing it with teens. Because it's like, there's no filtration system that has to go into it. Like, you can literally just like hit it home. Right. Yeah. And then with music too, as far as, again, just kind of teaching life lessons, like, I can just like we do with music, like, I can come at you straight to the head with it, with them. And that was something that
it's powerful,
continues to move me every single day. Like, yo, I get to know these kids, and like, they're telling me like some of their deepest, darkest things that they're going through, like from losing family members to needing prayer to like thoughts of suicide, like things like that. And it's like, they're coming to you, and it's like, you're kind of that lifeline and that source for them. Yeah. And that is just more meaningful than anything that I could think of. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's amazing, man. I didn't realize you were into like mentorship like that too. But yo, the whole Suave Mob thing is music media mentorship. Like it's similar. It's very similar. We have a very similar past, man. Like, cause like music puts you in position. If you're like doing it on a scale where people are looking at you and they're influenced by you and they're like, they see you as like a star, like, you know, you have that influence and you can use it for good or evil, man. And you know, when it comes to teens and people that they need you, bro. They need us. They need us to use it for good, man. Like growing up, I didn't have anyone to look up to. Excuse me. Really, for like certain information to try to get into music or things like that. And there were so many questions and just no answers, man. But like right now, with all the platforms, social media and everything, we can easily become those positive influences on so many people all at once. Like so, like the internet allows it. But then in real life, it's even better, man. Like that's why the Art Flame nonprofit that I started was I made sure to get these kids in the studio, like 16 to 19-year-olds. Dope. And I would have like 5 or 6 of them at a time, actually like 9, and we would show them like, yo, from your artist name all the way to like how to publish your music, all the way to how to put it out and really have a message, the recording etiquette, video, a little bit of all of that. And to this day, that's always been just ingrained in like me personally, how I move. Like if there's someone that wants to pick up a camera, I'll put them around Jackson so that they can really learn how to do it. You know, if you want to be an artist, just come with me to the studio next time. Like I've always been that type to like just try to like mentor, because I know these guys though that are around trying to learn from me, they'll also help me if I need something. You know, they'll help me out. They'll try to push me and like keep me when I have my down days or I'm feeling like lonely or something. Like these people are there to push and inspire back. So what you put out there, that you get back, you know what I mean? And especially through the raw energy of the youth, it's always real, and it's impactful and powerful to me. Like the youth are, I love that. I love that about what you do, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really a beautiful thing, because like especially when you can find a teen and you kind of like strong arm them into doing something that they're maybe hesitant about, but like when you build those relationships, like you know they can do it. Yeah, they're just hesitant. You know, they're hesitant to take that step, but like you kind of just like guide them in a healthy way. That. And then they do it, and then they're like, yo, I am so glad that I did that. And I'm like, yo, that is the reward right there.
Yeah, but you could change their entire trajectory of their life 100%. And where it goes just from that one thing.
100%.
And that's what I find very like amusing and amazing about it, is like, yo, as long as you're pushing them in the right way and with positivity and progress in mind, like you can literally change their lives. And that's kind of like music. Through music, you can do that on a level where everyone could listen all around the world. But when you're here as personally, whoever's around you, your job is, it's not your job, but if you make it your job, is to be that positive influence, and then you can do it, face to face. That's even better for me. But with both together, it's like you can't be stopped.
Yeah, like I had one girl recently. So last year she did this program called Youth of the Year, which is kind of just recognizing teens that are just stepping out. They're being leaders within their club, their program. They're standing on something that is trying to advocate for teens and things like that. And at first she was like, I don't know. Like, this is, I'm nervous. I don't know if I can do it. Whatever. And I'm just like, no, you got this. Like I can see this, right? So long story less long, like, in her like stepping into doing that, like she's helped plan like a 3-day conference for like thousands of teens. She's been able to speak at the Pentagon on top like youth center issues, like literally inside the Pentagon, like talking to people who basically create the laws and the rules for like military youth programs.
Oh, okay.
To being Youth of the Year, going to New York City, going to, we went to DC, to all of these, just yelling play ball at the Red Sox game, like stuff like that. Like if you don't take these take those opportunities when they come, and it kind of goes back to the apathy thing of just kind of inserting yourself and just doing it and embracing it. Like, look at all the things that have come from this, just from you kind of applying yourself and just doing it. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, like watching you do it, like I still have pictures in my phone. Like I'll go back sometimes, like, cause I'm looking for another picture for something, and I'll scroll and like I'll see all the pictures that we took and stuff. I'm like, yo, this is just, yo, I'm just like,
it's kind of crazy.
It just warms my heart, man. I'm just like, yo, life is good, man. Like I can, like all the other stuff, all the craziness that happens, but like just seeing stuff, like people do stuff like that, I'm like, yo, like it gives me hope of just seeing like the positivity coming out of.
It's the best payment, kids, man. It's like the best payment to see other people succeed, because you either, you know, gave them advice or you helped them when they needed it, or whatever it is. If you could be a part of that, it's really the best payment, man.
It's a blessing.
Did you have an intersection of those things, like with music and mentorship at all?
I would say definitely, yeah, for sure. I mean, I would say the mentorship definitely came at a much younger age.
Yeah.
More so with like sports coaches, right?
The best.
Yeah, because I mean, so growing up, I didn't live with my dad. So my dad was in Washington State, and I was over here. I mean, we would trade letters from time to time, so we kind of had a little bit of a relationship, but like obviously it wasn't in person.
Yeah.
So like my male figures were really like my coaches, but like I mentioned before, like these were people that they saw something in me, and they were like, dude, if you don't go and run that extra lap, because I know that it's going to make you better and push yourself, or go and take that charge, like, and then I would do it. And then I'm like, yo, like I can do this. Like, I know that I got that.
Coach Boone, man. I know.
Yeah.
My soccer coach. Like,
Coach Bullock. Coach Bullock. Wow. Basketball.
Yeah.
Be yelling at me.
You have one too?
Yeah, bro.
Yo, that's such a like slept on thing. Is like your coach is like,
it really is, bro.
Wow, that's crazy. That's like giving me chills, bringing me back, bro. Like,
yeah,
yo,
man.
My coach, like I had my neighbor across the street. He was like a second dad to me, just coming out playing water guns and just having things for us to do. But like my coach specifically doing that, running bleachers, the things you're talking about, like seeing like the potential in you before you see it in yourself, and that has to do with that. To music, that's like, you know, you got to believe in yourself, but like there's no coaches to coach you to do that. Like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? With something like art that's subjective, as opposed to a sport where it's all numbers. Like, yo, you got the most goals, you got the fastest speed, like, you know. But realistically, music is like that too. Like, yo, your album was awarded this, or like there's accolades and certain things that will tell you that you're in the right direction.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And it'll show you that, but. Yo, starting from coach, like getting that coaching, I think it turned me into like a version of that, and wanting to do the same thing for others. You know,
yeah,
that's amazing, bro. Like,
yeah, because these coaches, man, like I'm telling you, like Coach Bullock, man, I would be like dog tired, and he was like, get up, like push it, like go, and then like I would go, and then it would just reflect in the games
and in your life
the
forever,
leadership
like,
and the life. Yeah, man. Like I still look back at it, man, and I used to go to the program that I currently work at during the summer. So like there were the, you know, advisors just like me that would work during the summer, hanging out with us, playing, you know, doing different games, different sports and stuff. So it was like, it's almost like a full circle for me of like, you know, I had those people that would mentor me during the summer, like some of the best summers I've ever had.
Yeah.
And then to be able to go back and kind of just try to do the same thing. You know, it's like,
that's awesome.
But yeah, like having Bullock, man, still Coach Bullock, man, just I can still hear him yelling at me, just like let's go, and like because it would motivate me too, because like again, like you're running suicides, and then people are slacking. Yeah, man.
Yeah, tough love.
Yeah.
Tough love was good.
It was needed.
Tough love, but given with love.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was real. It was real. It was like authentic, man. And you could tell that too when the coaches, you know, because it's hard. You got all these students, you got multiple, and they don't act the same way with everyone. You know, some of them are have different journeys, different stories, but they always find that one that is, you know, struggling a little more, the troublemaker or whatever. You know, and then they're able to change his trajectory. Yeah, that's probably all of us. I don't know. But.
Yeah, because he would always like after too, like so I would do it right or whatever, like finish the suicide or you know whatever. And then he pull me over, pull me to the side, be like, bro, like, I know you can do it. Like, I just need you to step up. Like, I know you can do it. But he would literally say, he'd be like, but you don't think that you can do it. But he's like, I could see you can do it. Like, you just need to push yourself.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, coach. All right, cool.
Wow.
Like, I respect that.
Yeah, man. I think that a lot of that stuff is like, that was high school for me. I went to high school in Texas, then I came back, and I had my son pretty early, and then my daughter shortly after, but turned into a parent as well. Just turned me into that sort of mentor, man. So I'm the opposite of a gatekeeper, and I will always connect dots for everyone, especially the youth. If there's something I can help with, like, just reach out to me. You know what I mean?
Yes,
hit me anywhere, Instagram, Facebook. It doesn't matter. I'm on all socials. But I do want to be that guy that will will help push you, will tell you to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how big we get, or whatever, man. But that's something that turned me into that type of artist. I would say, like, the beginnings of having someone that will push you to believe in yourself. And I guess as an artist, that's when you're making music, that's one of the hardest things with something so subjective as music, is to find a way to believe in what you're doing. And if you overthink it, or you're taking too long to think about it, you don't put it out. I would suggest you get more into the art of it. Like, find some things that create, like, the creativity within music and entertainment, from graphic design to photography to videography. That's something that is not talked about too, is like, I do all of it. I can do all of it, but I leaned into whatever was giving me the most momentum, which is now music, because touring and all that. But the art part is gives you time to get away from the music and, like, think about your album cover or the music video. And there's so many, like, different dimensions to your project that you don't have to, like, overwhelm yourself. And it was always I would say, too many people sit on their music and don't even put it out. And I'm not sure, what
are you waiting for?
Like, there's really nothing to wait for as far as that goes. Like get it done, make it happen, and find a way to believe in yourself, if that's really what you want to do.
For sure. I know that we are getting kind of close to time, but I did want to give space to, and not to cut it short. I don't want to cut it short.
It's fine,
either.
Man.
To give space to talk about the grand opening.
The grand opening, man. This is the Suave Mob grand opening. We have a headquarters that we are opening to the public. You can come see us, talk to us. This is beyond replying to a story online and commenting. Like, you can come see us, bro. Like, I am available for everyone. And we just wanted to make that clear that we are here, and it is 61 Bank Street, New London, Connecticut. So that is the start of our journey, and we wanted to, make it a real physical thing. It's a studio and a co-workspace, and the studio is like photo, video. We can shoot there, we can podcast there, there's so many things we can do in this space, and we want to invite all of you to come check it out. Make sure you see it. Say what up to me. I'm headlining this for the first time. So this is like my first official studio, and I'm going to headline that as an artist, and it's just kind of cool to be able to be in that position, And then the next performance I'm doing is in February at the Oasis Pub, which is the first venue that gave me a shot to headline, to do my own show.
Dope. That's
so it's
cool.
Like, it's kind of
cool.
like I'm like reworking the system here. I'm like, this is our new spot. We're putting up the flag right here, bringing some new blood to New London. There's a lot of old money, Whaling City vibes, and I want y'all all to come, man. Everyone, the Krispy's coming down. Like, it doesn't matter where you from.
Yeah, come chill with your boy, baby.
Yeah, come on, pull up, man. All walks of life. Whether you're a fan, a friend, a creative, a artist, a manager, DJ, we're all there, and this is a quick way to insert yourself into the New London County scene, which is, you know, not really seen. Like, we're kind of low key as far as Connecticut goes. You know, shout out to all the, you know, top dogs that people look into Connecticut. Shout out to Chris Webby, man. Thank you for bringing me on those tours, changing my trajectory. The ADHD, their whole movement is impeccable. Shout out to Apathy, you know, Annoyed, Sholey, Don ZOP. There's a lot of you know, even in my area, Frank Graham's, Just Cuz. There's a lot of big artists that, you know, we're finally starting to blur the lines of the hate is out the window. We're becoming more like the scene that I fell in love with was the Texas hip hop scene, bro. Like, everyone supported each other. You know, the Paul Walls, the all of that, the Chameleonaires, Bun B, Slim Thug. They would push each other, and they created a community with it. You know, and that's what we're trying to do now, and just, you know, open the doors for everyone, and you know, guide y'all to greatness, man, however we can. Whether you're trying to get some reels done, get some content done, whether you want to feature, whether you want to perform. We have a Suave Mob Most Wanted showcase we're doing. Jahu's performing. Shout out to Jahu. Shout out to Camouflage. Shout out to Kasi, and then Bobby Flow. And then I'm gonna set it you know, set the night, or wrap the night up with Smoke the World. And it's gonna be a vibe. But from there, we're gonna take that on the road. We're gonna move it everywhere, man. We got the Suave Mob Most Wanted series. We're gonna do it in Rhode Island. There's just so much to come. But just make sure you go to suavemob.media and check us out. Follow us online, Suave Mob LLC. And follow me. If you want to talk to me personally, reach out to me at Suave-Ski Music on all platforms. Very easy to get a hold of, very easy to find. And, you know, I talk to everyone, man. I talk back, holla at me.
Yes, sir. And this is a free event too, right?
Yeah, it's a free event.
Yeah,
free RSVP. If you want a VIP, it's $30. It's like a regular concert ticket. And then we're gonna have a toast. We have a Suave Mob champagne glasses. They were engraved and whatnot. And you're gonna get that, and you can come before the show, kick it with us, and you can hang out after. And we're just gonna be chilling. And it's a way to get into what we call the inner circle, which is basically mentorship too. You know, like, we're gonna plug people in. If anyone that wants to join the inner circle, we'll talk about it there. We have a pitch as to what we're doing. I'm taking the lead on the music. Jackson's taking the lead on the media, and how it's all full circle, and how you guys can get involved. It's really easy to do, and we make it simple, and we open the doors for people to come and you know, build with us and take it to the next level, whatever it is you do.
Dope.
You know, January 30th, 6 to 11. Come to New London. Come check out New London, Connecticut. Come see it for yourself. All right, wherever you at, and like I said, whatever you do, it's gonna be a night to remember.
There you go. There you have it, people. Super dope, man.
Yo, again, I want to appreciate. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. Got it.
Appreciate you, Crispy. Thanks for having me, bro, for tying me in. Yeah, man. And y'all keep it up. Keep doing what y'all do, man. And,
likewise.
Much love, much success. I'm glad to be the first one, 2026. Salute.
Yes, sir. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This has been an amazing episode, a great way to kick off 2026.
Yes, sir.
Again, shout out to Crispy, shout out to Life, shout out to the team, shout out to all of you. Again, peace, God bless, Jesus loves you. Want y'all to know that for sure. But until next time, my name is Jay Faith. We also got
Suave-Ski,
and we also got
your boy
Crispy in the bike.
Yeah.
No film, no facial recognition today. Come on, let me get you right on this one right here.
Yo,
come on, we gotta get Crispy right in the front. Oh man,
yeah,
up close and personal with Crispy, man. Appreciate you guys. This is the Right Mind Podcast. We'll catch y'all next time. What's up?